Morning, guys. So I'm doing kind of a surprise live this morning. Usually I give everyone a little bit of a heads up, but I just had kind of an open morning. My kids are being babysitted by Netflix right now, and I just thought I would share. So Nick's teen sent me a set of period panties for teenagers, and I'm super excited about them. And I get a lot of questions about period panties in general. That's one of the things I probably get asked about the most. So I just thought I would do like a 10 things you didn't know about period panties this morning. I like doing pre-taped stuff, but I love the discussion of doing a live. So I just feel like, why not do it live? If you guys have questions, please just chime in. Or if you have used period panties, like any brand, let me know how it went for you. So a lot of women I talk to who have started using Thinks, they're like, this has changed my life. Like, it's the best thing ever. That's how I feel about mine. And I'm super excited. Like, how great is it going to be as soon as my daughters start menstruating to just be like, here's some period panties. Is that not the greatest? I mean, I just wish that we had this stuff when we were kids, because like the thought of changing in PE and not having to like, oh, just this week I have to go change in the bathroom stall because I don't want everyone to see the wings hanging off my pad, and stuff like that. Like, to just be in undies would be so awesome, and to just not have to worry about it. So a lot of girls actually just wear these as their swim bottoms too. Like if they have like a tankini. And these are, I think these ones are the boy shorts. How cute is it too? They come in a little reusable pouch. And they have instructions for how to turn this pouch into a heating pad. Isn't that so cute? So, but they have these ones too that are more like a bikini. But like I got on, I was looking up like a lot of like, there's a couple of preteen, young teenage like YouTubers that have reviewed these. And it's just been so cute to see their point of view as well about them and why they like them and what's working for them. But that was one of the big things that they said, is that they love that these really don't have any lines. They're that really like seamless, smooth look. And that you could totally swap them out for swim bottoms, which I love that idea. To have swim backup. So I actually never even thought to do that with my Thinks. So brilliant. Anyway, probably the biggest, and we'll start, this is number one, biggest question I get asked about period panties is, aren't they super gross? You guys, what period management isn't? Like, if you're not a fan of period blood, I don't know what to tell you is the least gross, because pads, you're looking at it, tampons, that string gets saturated sometimes, and if it's not saturated with period blood, it's saturated with urine, and you have to pull on that. So like, my question back to you would be, what's not gross? Because that's probably the biggest one. Like, aren't period panties so gross? Not any more gross than any other way that we manage our period, right? Number two is probably, well, do they smell bad? Which kind of is a good follow-up to like the gross one, right? I don't feel like they smell any better or any worse than any other form of period management either. Periods, obviously you're going to have a little of that menstrual smell no matter what you do, but I have never, like if I'm wearing my period panties, and you guys, I wear these on the first day of my cycle because I get temporary prolapse with my periods, so everything starts to like shifts down essentially and hangs and is just so super tender. The last thing I want to do is shove anything in there on the first day of my period. Usually by day 2, I'm totally cool to wear a menstrual cup or a flex disc, but like day 1, I don't want anything in there. I just want a free bleed. I just want all the blood. So I usually wear Thinks panties because I just don't want to. So, so people have been like, well, does that smell bad? No, I have worn them out and about. I've worn them. No one has ever been like, April, you smell bad today. I smell your period blood on you. So obviously, as soon as it hits air, you're going to have some of that menstrual smell. But because period panties are worn really close to your body, it's really not that big of an issue. So I don't feel like it's been a big deal for me personally, but that's me. So smell hasn't been a problem. Number 3, period panties are actually one of the healthiest options for your vagina. So because you're not messing around with anything or putting anything in or out, there's really such a small margin of error, I guess. Like you just really can't injure yourself wearing panties and just bleeding into them. And the great thing about period panties too is they're not full of weird chemicals or bleach or anything else that you can sometimes run into pads. I would say, you know, even pads are not terrible for you, but period panties are that much better. You know what I mean? So in terms of vaginal health, highly recommend period panties. They're the best. Something else, I was actually reading through a couple different articles about period panties to kind of put this together. Like, okay, what am I missing? And one of them is they don't always have to be expensive, which I love. So we'll say that that's number 5. They don't always have to be expensive. Knixwear, especially, they run specials all the time. I think they just barely had where you could get these for $10 a pair, which is fantastic. So Knix is the adult version, and they also make a period panty. So these are Knix Teen, and then there's Knixwear for adults. But they run specials all the time. Thinx has coupons randomly all the time. If you go over to my website, you can get $10 off of Thinx. And if you buy Thinx, they give you that same coupon code to give to your friends as well, too. So there's ways to finagle it so that they're not the most expensive thing ever. I know Thinx too will set it up so if you buy a package, like if you put together a full period package, they'll knock some money off. So there's things that you can do. The thing that you have to keep in mind though, if you buy a set of period panties, so I got my first full set 3 years ago. I'm still using them. I would say 2 of them seem to be kind of wearing out in terms of absorbency, so it's time to kind of start switching stuff out. I haven't bought tampons or pads really in like 10 years, you guys, because I had an IUD in between. So I haven't. So let's see. So Jen is asking, so period panties, you don't use tampons or pads? I don't. So I do stock up on after I have a baby. So I have bought those big old maternity pads. Love those. And it was really funny. Right after I had my 3rd baby, he's 18 months old, I stopped my postpartum bleeding, and then like maybe a week later started bleeding really heavily, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. And I had been wearing my Thinx panties, which are black, so I was like, you know what, I need to see what color this flow is and what this is looking like. So for the first time in like 10 years, I went to the store and bought maxi pads, which was, I like did an Instagram with it, which was really funny because I was like, guys, I don't even know what to buy. What's the best? And so I bought maxi pads so I could keep an eye on what color my flow was, how heavy it really was, things like that. And so it was an experience buying maxi pads. But yeah, so Jenna, do you switch out throughout the day? Yes. So Thinx panties, as soon as you start seeing clots and it starts to, you kind of get that same like, oh, this is saturated, it's time to switch. Thinx panties and Knixwear too hold up to 2 tampons worth of fluid. I wear them alone. A lot of women actually will wear period panties as a backup. So if you're like, look, I really like my menstrual cup, I'm good with it. I really love tampons, I'm good with them. These are a fantastic thing to wear just in case for leaks. So if you wanted to get away from having to like wear a panty liner all the time or wearing pad as a backup, I know a lot of women that do these. Once again, they'll wear these as swimsuit bottoms, right? So brilliant. So that's your backup, you know? So yeah, you can wear them instead of a pad or a tampon. I do. I love them. They're better for your vagina. They're fantastic. So these are Knixwear. Or Knix Teen, sorry, these are Knix Teen. Love them, love Knixwear, love Thinx. They're all fantastic, you guys. Let's see, number 6, new and improved. This is so true. Since I got my first pair of Thinx panties 3 years ago, they have come out with new and improved models nonstop. They have a leotard, they have bike shorts, they have jogging shorts. I just got these not too long ago. They're cotton, you guys. cotton. They're fantastic and they are so comfortable. The old ones that I have the lace waistbands. I love these. So they have like a sleeker look. Knix, same thing, has only gotten better and better and better since they came out. So if you were like, I don't know, try them. They're only getting better. So I just have been so happy with mine. Let's see, are we on 7? 7. When you buy period panties, you're most likely supporting a female-owned business, which is always so great, right? The thing that I joke about is we've seen huge improvements in like childcare stuff. Like for example, I have a Duna. It's a car seat that turns out from a car seat to a stroller. Like there's no clicking in and out. It just has wheels on it that unfold and it's a stroller and I just go on my way. But I'm telling you, moms had to be in the workforce to finally make some of these things happen. We've seen such huge improvements for mothers and women since women have been inventing and creating and have been doing the things. And the same goes for period panties. So I actually had a chance a couple years ago to talk to the original CEO of Thinx, and she had been swimming with her twin, and her twin started her period while they were out playing, but she was wearing swimsuit bottoms and she hadn't bled too bad. Like it caught most of it, and that was the inspiration for Thinx. They were like, oh my gosh, like what if we created just undies? Just undies, not pads, not anything you're putting in and out, just straight up undies that caught your period so that people didn't have to wear anything else but underwear. Brilliant. But I'm telling you, it took women being in the workforce for all these improvements to happen, right? So Jen is asking, does it come out of the panties? On your pants? Not on my pants. That's kind of the idea. And yeah, so after I wear a pair of Thinx, I'll take them off. I'll rinse them out in my sink with some cold water, throw them up on my shower and just hang them for a little bit, and then I just throw them in the wash, just like normal clothes. I don't dry mine because I just want to baby them, and I'm pretty sure the instructions say not to dry them, so I don't dry them, but yeah, I just wash them with my normal clothes. It's fantastic. Or my delicates, I guess. I wash them with the rest of my underwear, so. Not only when you switch to period panties are you saving a ton of money, you're also saving the earth. So number 8 is that they are very environmentally friendly. Instead of filling landfills with, I mean, just think of wrappers. Just the wrappers from all the stuff that you're using, right? We create so much waste. Like I've read so many different statistics, but you guys, it's just a lot. We create a lot of waste being on our period and using disposable products. Thinx and Knix and any of these period panty companies, and period panties kind of help prevent that. So they're saving us money because we're not having to buy as many products. And then on top of it, they're saving the earth because we're not throwing as many products away. So I love how environmentally friendly they are. If that's your jam, that's a great reason to switch to period panties. Number 9, you can wear them anytime. So this was another point that I actually read on their blog that was fantastic, where they were like, and if you just need an extra pair of panties. So if you just want to buy some cute underwear, they're darling. You don't have to wear them while you're on your period. So if investing in underwear that you're only going to wear once a month is like too much, you can think of it as I'm just buying more underwear that I also can wear on my period. It's really not a bad way to go. Something that a good friend of mine started doing that I was like, that is also brilliant, is she actually just bought a pair of like boy short period panties, and she wears them at night, like the night or two before she's anticipating her period, so that, you know, when you wake up and you're like, oh, I think it's starting, instead of ruining sheets, she's already in her undies. So love that. Period panties are changing the way that we manage our periods, and they so are. I am starting this conversation with people over and over and over again, it feels like, and I'm telling people about these, and it's changing how we think about our periods. You know, when I was a teenager, when I started my period, it was like, and there's pads, and there's different sizes of pads, and there's a few different brands of pads, and then there's tampons, and there's a couple different sizes of tampons, and a couple brands. And that was it. Like, that was all that was presented to me And I actually had the opportunity to teach maturation. You guys like my mug? It's my favorite. And when I taught maturation, I was sure to mention period panties and menstrual cups. And so many of the moms there, it blew their minds. Because same thing, nothing else had ever been presented to them as an option. It was always like, yep, tampons, pads, that's it. That's all we have. That's the only way we know how to do things. Like, so I love that we're now coming out with so many better, healthier options. They're better for your vagina. They're better for the earth. It's worth looking into. When I discovered soft cups, they're like a flex disc, the same thing. I was in college, and I still remember I bought this box at Walmart. It was like up in the corner, and I like discovered it, and I brought it home to my roommates, and I was like, you guys, have you ever even seen anything like this? I was like, it's you put these in your vagina. This is the craziest thing. And they were like, what? None of my roommates would try one. Of course I had to, because I knew at a young age, you guys, that I was going to be the vagina blog. I knew in my heart. And I was like, this is so, I don't have strings hanging out of me. They didn't hurt. They weren't scratchy like tampons. Like, it just blew my mind. And I was like, I could swim in this. Oh, like that would be so nice. And so period panties are just part of that same. It's changing the way that we manage our period for the better. So if you have not, yes, go outside. I got kids coming over wanting to play. So I gotta go. But if you have not reevaluated how you manage your period, it is time. There are a lot of really awesome options out there now. If you have questions about how you could better manage your period, I've put together a nifty flow chart. It's on my Instagram. If you scroll down, you'll see it. It's pink and red. It's also over on the blog. So if you go to thevaginablog.com, you can find the flow chart. And if you look up alternatives to pads and tampons, that's a great article. There's some coupons on there. If you have a young preteen, check out Mixed Teen. I'm telling you guys, they're fantastic. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'd love to talk more about it, and I'll see you guys later.